Put a little bit of the rub, nigga, I gotta be safe.
Let's get to the sports talk.
Guy, a smart guy, David West. It is an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. I met you for the first time this morning.
Yes, sir.
I've been looking forward to this all show. So let's address something that you have proximity to in the last couple of years, the Warriors. It always felt like there was a lot more drama than they would let on, obviously.
Right.
Can you tell us now firsthand, was there a little more drama, KD, Draymond, Clay, than was being let on?
I think it was more drama than we allowed to get out.
Okay.
Right, we were able to control the environment, but it was natural because guys are highly competitive. We were there for one reason, like to win on the biggest stage.
A lot of alpha stars.
Yeah, and so I think initially, we were more or less worried about Steph, and Steph was the one that took control.
He did.
Yeah, he took control right away.
When Kate.
Like, this all started from the first time KD got there. Like, OKC, they blew a 3-1 lead against the Warriors. The season was over with. KD already had his mind made up where he was going. He just waited so long to tell people. He tweeted that he's joining the Warriors. The first year he got there, is this all tension on KD. You could tell already right there that it was going to be some friction amongst this team. When you as an organization that built an in-house team to win y'all first championship with Steph, with Harrison Barnes, with Draymond Green, with Klay Thompson, and when you get something different, like they all leave. Harrison Barnes with the Dallas. It just like that man come in, all eyes is on him. And it seemed like people forgot who we was. We understand Steph took a step back a little bit and let KD feel at home. But at the same time, when the media just keeps saying KD is unstoppable, this is KD team, and then of course there's gonna be friction there. Of course anyone in that group member is gonna feel some type of way like, hold on, we won before he got here. Why is all the tension is on him? When you used to that spotlight, it's bound to come out some years later.
He got there, he just said, now, how did he do it? Did
But before the issue could arise of whose team it was or who was the guy who was going to get the ball to start the game, we saw right away in like the first couple pickup games, like he deferred. Like he was the bigger player and just said, you know what, I'm going to
give KD the ball.
Yeah, we're going to start playing through KD in the fourth quarter. We're going to close with KD.
Were you surprised?
I wasn't, because, Steph is that type of dude. Like,
he's smart.
Yeah, man, he knows how to navigate it and keep things, cool. The environment in Golden State is his personality. It's his, it's the same way in San Antonio, it was Tim's sort of personality. Tim's
low key, work hard, bust arse,
right,
be tough,
right. But Golden State was Steph, and that was a part of his way of sort of leading the group. It was like, look, I'm going to take a back seat. Let's get the ball to KD. I'll find a way to do what I need to do.
And everybody was okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because KD was the new guy. Mm-hmm. Now, KD, and I say this about Aaron Rodgers, and
they might tell you they all right with that. Come on. When you already had success before a person get there and everything is on KD and that's all everyone talk about, and they forgot that y'all won before he got there, and then everything deserted to him, you think ain't no one's gonna feel some type of way in that locker room? They might don't tell you, but it was bound to come out sooner or later. Someone amongst that group team felt some type of way, like all this tension is on him. They must have forgot about us, me. Like you could tell, it's bound to collide at some point. It wasn't no brainer that KD and Draymond got into it. Draymond's probably one of them guys that felt that type of way. Like, okay, we got him here to help us win championships, but why is the attention all on him? Like he doing it by himself.
KD. Some people are more sensitive. They're on their phone. KD, he's not married. Doesn't have, Aaron Rodgers isn't married. He sits around on his phone. Is it fair to say KD is sensitive to the phone, criticism, social media? Did you sense it?
I wouldn't say I would say that he's engaged and he knows what's going on. And he's not afraid to interact when he has to interact. Sometimes he shows his hand a little bit, because he lets things bother him. But
he does.
For him, it's more or less being like someone who's trying to maximize what he is.
I
think KD is absolutely trying to get the most out of who he is and, maximize himself as a basketball player.
Were you shocked, David?
When KD look on his phone and see how everyone going after him by joining the Warriors, he wanted to prove to everyone that he could do this. That he could lead a team to a championship. KD is one of the persons that is trying to find a way to show everyone I could lead a team. I don't really need too much help. Just give me one guy and I could lead them to the championship.
You left?
I was.
Where were you? Car, restaurant?
No, I was home, but I just remember. I had spoken to him maybe like a couple weeks before the decision, and then obviously it talked throughout the year, and I just felt like he was in a position to really cement himself, get into that sort of legend with the Warriors type thing. I still think he's got a great legacy with the Warriors, but I thought it was the one place he might just say, you know what, I'm cool here. I thought he loved the city, he loved the people.
Did he?
Yeah, I thought so.
Did he and Kerr get along?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's hard not to get along with Steve. I mean, Steve is.
But he and Draymond could wear you out.
Well, I would say
Draymond is.
But you know who Draymond is. Like Draymond is a guy is again highly motivated. Has like 30 chips on his shoulder. Just from people who question his ability. So Draymond's never going to change who he is because that's giving him, a chance to be great.
Totally get it.
And so KD knows that. And I think the thing with Steve and Dre is, you've got to sort of see who they are, know this is what they've been to be successful, and you figure it out. And I thought KD did a good job there. He knew what Draymond's the one that recruited him to Golden State.
Was this David West joining us? Was it possible, David, this was like a Hollywood marriage? There was too much wattage. It was just never destined to be a 10-year marriage. KD, Warriors, Steph. Right. It's just like you see Shaq and Kobe. You're like...
It was too many all-star on one team. Draymond made all-star game. Klay Thompson made all-star game. KD made all-star game. Steph Curry made all-star game. That's 4 people. That's too many. They wasn't going to stay together that long. When y'all all are like the man, that's not going to work. And then you got Draymond who want to be the point guard of that team and be the focal point, how to lead that team. And he had to defer to KD. Like, it's too much was going on there. It wasn't bound to stay there his whole career. It was too much attention. You can't have 4 all-stars on the same team. It was going to self-destruct at some point in a little marriage.
That's great.
That's not last few years.
Right. There's just too much wattage in the room.
Right.
Now does it look like, in retrospect, that was it?
Yeah, well, and I think, we had Steve did a great job of just managing day to day. The expectations, the pressure that comes with it, but then also the pressure that guys put on themselves. But then the one thing that I thought was most humbling for me in that whole environment is, and sort of gets overlooked, is these guys are unbelievably hard workers. You know what I mean? So even with all of that, all of the success, all of the hoopla and the fanfare around, what they are and what they, potentially could be in terms of all-time greats, the idea of like the consistent work and the consistent effort to be the best at what they do.
What's Gucci Mane say? Work harder, nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Work harder.
Yeah.
Right.
Gucci Mane.
Right.
That's who I draw. Well, are you guys laughing at my Gucci Mane reference?
Yes.
David West respects my Gucci Mane reference.
right.
My staff laughs at me.
Right.
You
Work
can
harder.
just call him Gucci. Call him.
I can call him Gucci?
Yes.
I don't think we're on a first name basis.
Okay.
All right, let's go to this. Load management. I don't love it. I get it for Kawhi.
Right.
James Harden's making a point. I'm here every night.
Right, so-
LeBron's like, I'm here every night. Do you like it?
You know, I don't necessarily like it in the general sense of the term. I don't like the term. I think that Kawhi is a special situation because he had an injury, and he's starting to trust himself again. You know, when a guy misses basketball for a year with something, one thing people overlook is the ability to trust yourself and trust your body again. So I think he probably has some of that in there.
They doing that because to protect the players. Look what happens in the finals against the Raptors. When they was just losing, everyone was wondering, is KD faking it? Or he just don't want to play, he just ready to leave. And they rushed him back. And look what happened, his Achilles is hurt. Now he ain't playing this year because of that. That's why they making load management for the players to protect them from their sales. He rushed himself back. It backfired on him. That's why they have load management now for these players to protect them from their sales.
And then the nature of that injury, the quad, and so I think there may be some specific benefit for him. But as for everybody else, if you're healthy, you should be playing.
That's kind of how I feel.
I mean, it's just
we've both been sick and shown up.
right. If you're healthy,
You play.
You should play. Period. Yeah.
Are you shocked that LeBron's moved a point? The Lakers' offense is seamless. Not that he's just not great, but he is 35 minutes a night, 11 assists a game. Everything works. Looks like Danny Green and him have played together for 10 years. Are you shocked at his seamless transition to a new position?
No, I really don't think he's doing anything different than he's always done. I think, probably on those other teams, there was more a defined point guard on the roster. I mean, Rondo's on the roster, but I think, he's made that move when it's a position.
LeBron been doing this his whole career. His first mentality is to pass the basketball. Give it to the players that's open. Create for them open shots. He's a creator. He been like that his whole career. Before he even scored, the first thing he looked for is to create separation for his teammates and get them open. He got the vision to see the player in the corner for a better shot. That's his first mentality. That's why he like Magic Johnson in his era. The first thing he's thinking about is to facilitate. Boom, his vision. I see that man open, better shot. Rotate the basketball. That's always been him. He always been a point guard in a small forward position.
That he's always played. He's always been a facilitator. You've always been able to play, win games with him handling the ball, him making the majority of the decisions. I do think, though, this is, aside from the Miami cast, this is probably the most talented group he's been a part of.
No, Danny Green can play. Kuzma's 16 a game. Anthony's top.
Yeah.
No, it's a good. It's
a good group.
It's a good group, and it's also it's a smart group. Last year's team was a little too just goofy.
Right. Not ready.
It's just guys who are 10-day contract guys. Odd person. Nothing against Lance Stevenson, but that doesn't feel like LeBron, Danny Green, AD.
Right.
That feels like LeBron's guy.
Why does it feel like his guy? Because they put the right players around him. 3-point shooters, good defenders, who willing to sacrifice their body, don't worry about trying to score, just do their position, and do what they was brought here for. They just put the right guys around them. Last year team, no 3-point shooter. This year, 3-point shooters. That's why he's playing this position at point guard, because that's what he want to do. He want to facilitate. He want to dribble and penetrate and collapse the defense and kick it out to the open guy.
Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
That matters. That personality, your star gets along with the other guys.
Absolutely. And those are guys who, because AD is in, I would say, the prime of his career, or not even yet, and he's obviously one of the greats we have in the game now. But playing alongside a guy like LeBron puts him in a position to learn, right, and to figure things out for himself. It allows him to step onto this sort of stage of expectations where people are expecting you to win big, right? Win in the playoffs. He didn't have that in New Orleans. These are things he's going to have to learn, from LeBron. And I think it's going to make him, that's just that much more better.
By the way, you've got a project called the Historical Basketball League, the first college basketball league to enable athletes to benefit from their talent, marketability, hard work. Minute left. What is it?
It's a professional college basketball league. That's what we're working on. We want to create an opportunity for athletes, particularly in basketball, to have an opportunity to share and have an equitable stake in this huge business that they help.
So will they be college, or will they be pre-college, current college, or post-college?
They'll be current college. They'll be current college players in terms of the age. So 18 to 23. We want to be an intermediate step into the pro ranks. Without the confines of the current collegiate system.
It's absolutely great having you on the show. You're a wealth of information.
Appreciate that, man.
And I appreciate your honesty about the Warriors situation. A lot of the stuff we thought was happening was happening. I was a little shocked he left, but it happens in life. David West, you're always welcome back on the show.
Appreciate it, man.
I love old school NBA guys. The best. This week, Simply Safe Home Security, giving you an amazing deal for the holidays. 25% off any new system, plus free HD security camera. SimplySafeColin.com.